Hello, this is Brian Garrison with another Shrink the Government LLC video. And there's been a lot of talk about we need to make some serious changes in how our government operates, how pretty much everything about our government. Well, one of the things, especially with the uh, swan dive off the fiscal cliff that is our government is about to do, something the Democrats, the progressives, really don't give a damn about because you know they don't. They just want to spend money. They don't care whether there's any money there to be spent, which is what the subject to today's video is about: money. We need to cut the money our government has. To do that means cutting taxes. The people that are in Congress are not going to cut spending. Spending money, spending our taxes is how they get reelected. None of them, the Republicans or the Democrats, are not going to cut spending because when they spend money, they are buying votes. They are buying their re-election or their election. So they are not going to cut spending. That's what needs to be done. It should have been done years ago, but it's not going to be done. Plain and simple, Congress does not want to cut spending. They want to spend money to buy, they want to spend your money. I'm going to correct myself. They want to spend your money to buy your votes so they can keep spending your money. Very simple. It's money that is the problem. We need to cut the money that is going to Congress. Now, the state legislatures, every branch of government needs a pay cut. And because when we start forcing them to cut taxes, which they are going to be loath to do, then they are going to have to cut spending. Like I have said before, the only way we can get that accomplished is that formula that I mentioned: A minus B equals C. A, repeal laws. That means every law that is on the books. Now, some of them are very helpful and won't be repealed, but there are thousands, hundreds of thousands of laws that need to be repealed. You start repealing laws. The laws that create the government bureaucracies. Repeal laws, you subtract the government bureaucracies and see you can cut taxes. You'll also cut spending because when there aren't as many people in government, they can't spend as much. Well, I mean, they could just more people can spend, less people can spend more money. It can be done, but the thing is, when you start getting rid of government agencies, government bureaucracies, government programs that increase the cost of government, then taxes will go down, or can go down. Spending will go down, and that will get our financial house back in order. And it's going to be tough to do because people have been bought. The voters have been bought with government programs that do for us what we supposedly can't do for ourselves, what we should do for ourselves, but don't. I can't then go one offhand, but or take some of the necessary things that government does and take them from the federal government to the state governments. Let the state governments handle it. They will do a better job because they are closer to the situation. They can see what works, and what works in Minnesota might not work in Arkansas. What works in Arkansas might not work in Minnesota. What works in California might not work in Maine. You know, what I'm saying is a return to federalism. Let the 50 states be places for experimentation on finding out what works. And, that is what our system of government was created to do. If something worked at the state level, then maybe it was tried at the federal level. But states first. This isn't an argument for states' rights. States don't have rights. The people have rights. And there is an important thing to remember. All governments only have the rights that we, the people, give them. That is what our Declaration of Independence calls the consent of the governed. When any government does something that the people of the state don't want, they are not acting with the consent of the governed. Therefore, they are acting illegally. After some law is passed, they might convince people that it is a good idea, and then it becomes, after the fact, the consent of the governed. But it has to be, that's not right. It has to be before the law is passed that people support it. So, that's what we need to do, folks. We need to start repealing laws so we can get rid of bureaucracies, so we can cut taxes. And, once the bureaucracies start to disappear, spending will decrease. Why will spending decrease? Because there aren't as many people spending money. Very simple. A minus B equals C. Repeal laws, get rid of bureaucracies, cut taxes, cut spending. And that is what we need to do. And do it now.